7 causes of Candida or yeast overgrowth. I'm Lily and I'm the founder of Detox Naturally courses online and Facebook group, private Facebook group. So these are the 7 causes. I'm going to enumerate them and then we're going to discuss a little bit in detail about all of them. So number 1 is stress. Second, it's poor diet. Third is toxins from air, from the food. Fourth, it's antibiotics. Fifth, it's birth control or kind of like a drug overuse, like antidepressants, for example. Okay, 6 is heavy metals, in particular mercury. And the 7th one, the last one, which is, I think it's the number 1 basically, but it's very, very super important and connected with Candida, it's parasites, parasitic infections. So I want to start with parasites and parasitic infections because I think it's number 1. I had Candida and I got rid of Candida after I got rid of parasites because I tried the Candida diet. It worked for me for a little bit, but I didn't see like wow, aha things. And only after I killed parasites, I can say that I got rid of Candida. Now, can you really get rid of Candida? You cannot, because Candida is in the body. That's the thing. People are kind of like mixing and confusing things. Candida, it's part of the body. It's actually beneficial when it's just a tiny little bit in the body because what it does, it helps the gut to digest food. We digest foods in the gut. So Candida is part of our body. It's nothing that is wrong. The problem is, and it's exactly the same thing with parasitic infections. The problem is in when it overgrows, okay? So it overgrows because many things. As I mentioned, number 1 is stress, and we're going to go into stress first. I remember when my mom passed away, I was dealing with a very high levels of stress, and I felt awful, absolutely awful, and Candida was like crazy, 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 and I was passing a lot of Candida and parasites at the time. And it was really, I mean, life happens. When we use someone that we really care about, it's awful. It's terrible, right? And the levels of stress are increasing. So all we need to do is basically deal with that amount of stress. So any kinds of meditation techniques or breathing techniques or just like working on the mindset, emotions is the number 1 thing to kind of like address the stress. But stress is the main thing for Candida. Stress and parasitic infections. I mean, if you get rid of parasitic infections, you will get rid of Candida overgrowth. Remember, overgrowth. So we mentioned stress, and then we're going to go into diet. Diet is extremely important. If we eat crappy foods and we eat out and we eat all kinds of, like, we put in the body a lot of toxins, and that's the number 3rd cause for Candida. It's also toxins. Toxins in the food and in the air and in our life in general. That's why for us education is very important. We need to educate what to cook from the scratch. We need to educate about good foods. We need to educate ourselves about where we get our foods. We need to start eating more organic, more local, more fresh versus like packaged or processed foods. This is very important, okay? Then antibiotics. If you have a tooth extraction, I understand, maybe you might want to take antibiotics, but you have to be taking probiotics after that or fermented foods to counteract the effects of antibiotics, because antibiotics is against life. It kills things. The good guys, the bad guys, the good bacteria, the bad bacteria, but we need to populate our microbiome, our gut, with the good guys, with probiotics. That's very important, okay? And then for birth controls, and then for antidepressants, and then talk to your doctor, talk to your practitioner. I cannot talk about that. All I can say is that they cause Candida. So you might want to look into that, okay? And then heavy metals, in particular mercury. Oh my God, I was poisoned with heavy metals with mercury. I had amalgam fillings in my mouth, and then the entire health went down the drain because of that. And heavy metals, especially mercury and parasites, are connected, highly connected. Candida and heavy metals, especially mercury, are connected. So you have to check for sources of mercury or heavy metals in the body if you have Candida. But also remember, Candida coexists with parasites. There is no such thing as Candida being alone in the body. It's always with at least a parasite. But the world is full of parasites. There is another video about how to get rid of parasitic infections and parasites, and especially the biofilm, which is the layer of protection where that parasites will create. And that's where the heavy metals, the toxins, and bad guys, bad bacteria, and candida and fungus and yeast reside. So there is another video on how to break that biofilm. That's very important. So basically, this is the discussion about 7 causes of Candida overgrowth. And then I hope that you watch that video on how to get rid of parasites, because it's important. I think that if you get rid of parasites, you will get rid of Candida. It happened to me. And it also, I'm witnessing the results of other people in my programs. By the way, I am Lily and I'm a detox guide, and I have a lot of courses online. Not a lot, but I have quite a few courses online. And I take people on journeys like cleansing the liver, cleansing parasites and Candida, learning how to eat proper foods and get rid of the bad habits. We address emotional issues, we address mindset issues. Important stuff, very important. And knowledge is power. In this day, we need to educate ourselves because we have the wrong belief system that got us here where we are. We need the right information and knowledge, okay? So check my channel, my YouTube channel. There is a lot of information and people love the information. I always get like, thank you, Lily, that was so great. There was this. Just subscribe, okay? That's it. So this is the 7 main causes of Candida overgrowth, okay? Cheers and take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.